Hello there. Ah. Well, hello there. How's my family doing? I see that some people are cooking. What did you do on your Friday night? What night is it? Oh, Friday night. He's live. He's been working all day. He's live. Might not be a lot of people expecting a on-the-spot video at 11 o'clock at night, Sonoma time. Might be 1 a.m, East Coast. My New Zealanders, my Aussies. It might be perfect timing for you. Sometime in the afternoon, maybe the early evening. Maybe you're eating dinner. I want to talk about magic. And maybe, just maybe, we could do, to celebrate the new year, bunny cards. But only we'll do bunny cards if we get those last 10 subscribers to get up to 2,700. And I'll be watching. I will be watching. So yeah, do whatever you got to do. Share it out on your Facebook wall. Do the things. Yeah. Katie says, luckily, I randomly decided to stay home. Katie? Kate. She's going to have a crystal current bracelet on in a Super Bowl commercial. Anybody watch the Super Bowl out there? Probably not. Spiritual people. Carrie Lynn. Carrie Lynn's probably perfect timing for you. It was like 7 in the afternoon. Carrie Lynn, you're one of the main reasons I did this video tonight. I've been talking about doing this video for years. And time was going by and years went by. So today I'm going to teach you guys about Feng Shui. So I'm going to teach you some of the stuff I learned from a Feng Shui master that I trained with for a couple of days in China, like actually in China, 2014. So he taught me some stuff. Like I said, if we share out the video and get some subscribers, I'll do some free readings. But I will turn this car around if I don't get those subscribers. So yeah, let's get right on into it. Alexander's been he's been working all day, all week, and then he's like, "Oh my God, what time is it in New Zealand?" And I look, and it's 6 p.m. And I was like, "I'm going live tonight, aren't I?" And Spirit's like, "You know it." So here we are. So first things first, let's get right on into it. So most people are going to catch this and have plenty of time to do this. But let's talk about how to best go from a year of the tiger to a year of the rabbit. So I'm going to draw a very simple house. Okay. I'm going to draw a very simple house. Okay. And this will be the door. Okay. I'm just going to make a couple rooms to make this as simple as possible here for you. I'll show the door going that way. Okay. We'll put a room here. This will be a hallway to another room. Probably should have done this first. It's okay. This will be your couch. Okay. All right. I made a house. It's the worst house ever. Okay. Can we even see this in the dark? It's party lights, everybody. Okay. So here's the front door. All right. So first things first, I want to teach you how to clear your house properly. Okay. So how to sage your house. Right. So if you buy a new house, like aside from all the Lunar New Year and the Feng Shui stuff, let's talk about some beginner shamanism for a second. So when you get a new apartment, something you're renting, a new house, anything, how do I clear, Alexander? Okay. So whatever the front door is, this is where you start this process. Okay. So this is going to be very, very similar for what you should be doing at midnight and what you would do having a new spot. Okay. So here's the front door. Okay. That's why I got the door swinging open right here. So you're going to go in with the sage lit. So any of these are walls. That's supposed to be a couch. I just wanted to be nice and simple so I could show you guys this. So you walk in, you hug the right wall. So you're going to hug the right wall. You're going to hug the right wall. You're going to go all the way around in this room, hug the right wall, boom, 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 in this room, in this room, in this room, in this room, back out the front door. Okay? So when you're clearing the house, the apartment, whatever it is, literally just picture your sage lit, okay? And don't picture it lit, light it, okay? And then imagine you're putting your finger on the wall to your right. And do not take your finger off that wall until you end up back out same said door. There are very, 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 very few architecturally built houses that you wouldn't also make it up to the second floor if this is how the house was built. That would mean that there is a standalone staircase in the middle of the house. It's very, very rare that there won't be a wall touching that. If there is a standalone staircase in the middle of the house, then you're going to do the same thing and go up that, touching the right side. That's not going to happen, though. It's very, very rare that somebody that's watching this would have that setup. So if you have that setup, or if you have like a spiral staircase, some way that like you're not touching the wall to go up the stairs, do the first floor, clear it out, then go upstairs and do the same thing again until you get back down the stairs and back out the front door. So I know you're thinking it's wintertime though, Alexander. I'm going to have the front door open that long. Actually, you want to have all the doors and all the windows open, at least a crack, because the goal is getting all the energy of the tiger out and allowing the rabbit in, allowing the bunny energy to come in. And this is something that when this was taught to me, he, the Feng Shui master actually said to visualize this. He said, visualize the tiger walking out the door and then welcome in the rabbit. So this is something that you'd want to do directly at your time, midnight. Is this something you could do at the whatever Chinese New Year time? It is. This is actually, when this magic was taught to me, that was one of the specific questions I asked. I said, do I do this at the time when everybody in China is celebrating, or do I do this at my own time zone? And yes, we're supposed to do this at our own time zone. So the people in New Zealand, the people in Australia, you're catching this just in time if you happen to see this at this rare, awkward time that your brother's going live. I wanted to make sure you guys knew how to do this. I wanted to make sure that you knew the magic that I was going to be doing tonight. Tomorrow night, actually now. Tomorrow night at midnight. So I have plenty of time. I just didn't want the other people to miss this. So to talk about more Feng Shui magic, let's just get on into it. So there was a lot of things that he taught me. I want to just go over some of the more important things today, like the things that some people don't know. One of the things that I thought was just like a quick thing I wanted to mention was, you go to a not so Chinese restaurant and you get the placemat, and the placemat has the years, like the year, like right now, the year of the rabbit. Now, see, this is tricky because you'll see like, 1980, whatever, 1990, this, you'll see all these years of the rabbit, and it's inaccurate because if somebody was born today, that placemat would say that they're born in the year of the rabbit. They would say that 2023 is the year of the rabbit. It's not the case. So anybody that is Capricorn, you definitely have to check. Capricorn, you might not know what your sign is. You might be looking at the wrong sign and then you read it and you're like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't sound like me, because it's not you. The Lunar New Year, this is why it's in a few hours for the people way, way, way over there. And it's tomorrow for people where I am, and even later for people in Hawaii and things like that. So basically, all right, if you are a Capricorn and certain early stages, even in Aquarius, you want to check when in your year of your birth the Lunar New Year was, to see what your Lunar New Year sign is. So I wanted to let you guys know that too. That was a fun thing he taught me. And then my favorite. You guys know we're all gemstone nuts here. Maybe not nuts is the right word, but we all love our crystals. I was actually just telling a story the other day about how when I have my crystals and I'd ask Spirit, I realized one day when I was tuning into Spirit, I go, you guys tell me to buy every single gemstone that I ask you if I should buy. And they were like, well, yeah, it's any new energy. We want you to have it in the house. We want you to have it because it changes you. Like these crystals have a magnetic force and a magnetic pull and a magnetic push that we can receive. How do we receive that even stronger? Okay. Oh God, I haven't talked about this in over a decade. That was on another channel. So I'm going to bring up one of my favorite crystals. This is there was a few crystals that I had temper tantrums over as a child. I was not the child that would cry over a toy, but there was a couple of times I needed a crystal. This was one of them. Okay, so you find the biggest point on the geode. Okay, so this point to the point, pun intended. Some of you really empathic people might feel that. Okay, when I point that at the screen. Okay, whereas I can point other ones directly at the screen, the camera, and you'll feel it, but you won't feel it as much as that big one. Okay, because the biggest point, the biggest energy rules the roost, my family. The biggest point on a geode, on this one in particular, that is the biggest one there. Okay, the biggest point is the one that is sending the most chi. This is why it's not nice to point. This is why magic is done with pointing. This is why you see witches and wizards and all these things in movies using a stick, plugging in the stick, using the magic wand. The magic wand is not the thing that has the magic. The conductive nature of wood and the things that they're using, whether it's wood or metal, while being plugged into this center of the hand, is what's going to make the energy flow more readily. So when we have something like this, okay, so when we have that point, we can point that point down a hallway. We can see where that's going to bounce off, what wall that's going to bounce off, and make sure that that energy bounces where we want it to. There is, people say funny things sometimes, like I hear bad feng shui. There's no such thing as bad feng shui. Feng shui means good energy, and it's bagua. Bagua is what means bad energy. So that's bad feng shui. Saying bad feng shui is like saying good karma. Good karma is dharma. Like, so some of the words, which obviously most of our language is pretty mangled, but some of our words are even more messed up. And that is one that I just would love to point out to you, is how to point your gemstone energy where you want it to be. So where would I have this? Okay, so let's use Baby Groot as an example, okay? Thank you, Baby Groot, okay? So say this is a hallway right here, okay? And here's where all the rooms are. Here's where like the living room is, the family room, doesn't matter, okay? What I'd want to do is get the biggest point and point that straight down the hallway. So anybody walking from side to side or going down the hallway is going to be in that energy, okay? In the energy of the gemstone. People that are very susceptible to energy, when you do stuff like this, when you really align these crystals and you do it right, you're going to feel this. And if you have something like, I just was lucky enough to have this, sometimes the biggest point is going up on a really weird angle. So this is something that when you are at the crystal store, when you are wherever you buy your gemstones, this is something that you want to be able to identify. When the biggest point is pointing on an angle where it is ideal to put on a table at the end of a hallway, to put on a nightstand next to your bed, because you can put these crystals in particular areas and it's almost like you're tuning a radio. Like you can turn the crystal, have the biggest point going down the hallway, and then even have something at the end of the hallway to send the energy in all directions, like something like a plant or anything with like a bunch of mirrors on it. Like those are crazy. That's why those Swarovski balls are for feng shui. Like you plug them in. Some people hang them from the rearview mirror in the car. Those little like crystal balls with all the sides. Anything like that, or even something more simple that you can get off Etsy or Amazon or at a store where it's just a bunch of mirrors on a like in the shape of an animal or a piece of fruit or something. It's very, very powerful if placed in the right in the right spot. It's like having a disco ball for the sun, pretty much. Like if you put one of these like with southern exposure or something in the window and the sun's hitting it, you've got little suns all over the walls, all over the place. And this is something that you don't have to do with these little disco balls. It's something you can do with a piece of pyrite. I love pyrite eggs for this. So once again, if you're at a gemstone store or whatever, Tucson Gem Show, wherever you go to do your things, I love Pelham Grayson if you're in on the East Coast, Connecticut area. But if actually, I don't even think they let people in anymore. So sorry. I think they used to let people in when I lived on the East Coast. I'm pretty sure it's just for wholesalers now. So, but don't quote me on that. But they have a website. Either way, Pelham Grayson, they're great. But the pyrite eggs are the pyrite spheres with like where you can see like inside the geode, you see all the flat spots. That will make the little suns go all over the walls. One time I had one of these feng shui devices. Okay, it was just a bunch. It was like basically like a little disco ball, and there was a really long hallway, and this fascinated me. I went all the way to the end of the hallway, and I'm looking at the sun. So the sun was like this big, because it's going off a very tiny little square mirror like that, and it happened to perfectly go all the way down a hallway that is, I don't know, like not a 16th of a mile, but pretty long. And the sun's this big on the door. And as I'm looking at the sun, I moved out of the way of it and I'm watching. I could see Mercury retrograding on the sun. I swear to you. I saw this little dot going like this very, very slowly. I could see, actually not that slowly. It relatively went across pretty fast. And then I think it went like far, and then it started to come back. All I know is I was staring at this, and the only reason I was able to see that is because I wasn't looking directly at the sun. I was looking at the sun down a hallway, and it was bouncing up. Always ask your doctor before doing anything. Alexander says, remember that. All right, so back to the crystals. All right, so you find the all right, you line it up. Okay, it's going down the hallway. You can feel the energy. You're an empath. Come on, let's just get with the program here. So now you can get other crystals, okay, and plug them right into that. Now, even if this is going up, okay, even if this is just touching. So I got a citrine and an amethyst touching together. Look at that, Mom. I made ametrine. All right, you got a citrine and an amethyst touching each other, okay, just like that. Now, basically, everything is still sending through that amethyst point because the biggest point is still going to send the most energy. So you can build a whole crystal grid out of one geode. Out of just one geode, and you can have something that when the energy hits it, boom, it sends it in all directions, and your whole house is going to shift from just one little pile of gemstones. You can put stuff right on top of it. You can have stuff touching it. You can put a selenite plate underneath it before you do it and put stuff on the selenite plate, okay? I wanted to explain this to you because this could be a whole video in itself. But this is the powerful stuff that you can do with chi, with energy. And one of my favorite sayings, I was telling you guys this the other day. I forgot what video it was in. Maybe it was on Patreon, actually. But it's a qigong, I'm pretty sure, saying. And I'm going to get it close. I'm not going to get it exact. But the saying goes something along the lines of, food is better than medicine, and energy is better than food. But obviously that was in Mandarin. But I just loved that so much because it has to do so much with this whole thing I keep going into with the cleansing, the clearing, and the fact that many of us are moving towards this breatharian practice. So, all right. So you guys know how to sage. You know how to clear. So let's go back to that. So this is something you can be doing in the meantime, is setting up your crystal grids, getting ready, preparing to say goodbye to the tiger, and preparing to welcome in the rabbit. Okay, so what you'll do, if you choose to do this, you don't have to do this, but what makes the year easier, what makes the year better, according to the Feng Shui master, is opening the door, okay, opening the back door at a minimum. Okay, and this is even the same, like I said, in this beginner level shamanism, aka how to sage your house. And when you sage the house, you'd also do that with the incense. So I say just combine the two. Open the front door, open the back door. Don't worry about the heat. Like, is it, you're not going to lose that much heat. If you're still living with somebody that's going to freak out about the doors being open for like 5 minutes, then make better choices in February. I don't know what to tell you. I love you all so much. But open the door, hug the right wall, walk around with the sage, and keep touching that wall till you're back out the front door. Then you're going to do that with incense. You do this at that time just before 12 o'clock. You can't do this wrong, okay? You don't have to worry like, oh my God, it was 12:02. I missed it. Just doing this is very, very symbolic. It's very, very symbolic. You're getting all the old energy out and you're bringing all the new energy in. This is, from what I heard, the best time to do this. For power, can I also become a patron member? Of course you can. Welcome. It's 11:11 here. Awesome. So, my family. All right, so we know how to do the crystals. So you can line up the crystals. You can get all that set up. And was there anything else I wanted to share with you? I think that's good for now. I could keep going on about the Feng Shui stuff. I mean, depending on where your electrical outlets are, you want to make sure that those are plugged. Like almost like you have a 2-year-old that's walking around with a fork or something. Like those little plastic baby protectors. You empaths will be completely in awe if you go to the store and buy some of those things that seal the electrical outlets and just do your bedroom. Like you'll actually sleep better. You'll be like, oh my God, like why didn't he tell us this earlier? Alexander has a lot of information. So sometimes you have to get on a certain subject to remember this stuff. So yeah, plugging all of those electrical outlet holes, especially in your bedroom. You don't have to do all of them in the house. That's obviously can be a little overboard, but every single one that you plug up, here's what I would say. Okay, if your couch is here and like where you lay goes this way, like you have like an L-shaped couch, any outlets that are pointed directly at you or on the side, you're gonna feel better if that's where you sit, if that's where you relax. Okay, you'll feel better if that energy is not constantly coming at you, because there's energy coming out of those outlets. So that's another great thing that I like to do and tell you guys. And I would start, if you just buy like 2 of them or like a 4-pack of those plastic things, definitely get the ones on the sides of your bed and definitely get the ones that are pointed at your bed. What else? Feng Shui. Plants are great. Not too many plants. I know some people, it's like a freaking jungle in their house. If you're going to put a lot of plants, you're putting a lot of water energy. If you're going to put a lot of water energy, you need to put other things to represent and balance all of the energies. So I'm sure that you have the earth element covered with a bunch of gemstones and stuff. But some people go really, really crazy with the plants. And I love them too. I mean, there's probably at least 12 in the house right now. But if you're going to do that, you need something to represent the fire. You need something to represent the air as well. So things that are cutting through the air, things that are working with the air. Old wind chimes are really bad. Like if you have a broken wind chime, get rid of that. If you have dead plants, get rid of those. Feng Shui information from years in the past. What else? The crystals. I told you about the crystal balls. Hallways. Let's go back into hallways for one more second. Okay. So at the end of a long hallway, just like I told you, you can aim this crystal, put this crystal here. You do not want a mirror at the end of that hallway. You do not want a mirror, because basically what's happening is oh God, mirrors in front of your front door. Absolutely not. Stop watching me. If you have a mirror, if your front door opens and you can see a mirror, get rid of it. Move it. You have to move it. It's so bad. It's really, really bad. Get that out of there, or like put something like a plant in front of at least half the mirror. If you're really attached to that placement, it's bad feng shui. And this is why. So where the front door opens, that's where all the energy comes in the house. So as you see all the coming into the house, you want to have something there like a plant or crystals or even furniture, like something that's going to break it up and have it bounce around that isn't flat. because a mirror is going to go, it's going to go in, it's going to hit the mirror, it's going to go right back out the front door, even if the door is closed. Like, this is how the chi is built in the house. This is how the chi moves through the house. So you want to utilize the chi. You want to use the magnetic energy that comes from the sun, the magnetic energy that comes from the planet, okay, and the magnetic energy that's coming from space, to be able to utilize this and have your entire family utilize this energy. So hallways anywhere in the house, you don't want a mirror, because basically the chi's going down, it's hitting it, it's bouncing off the mirror, it's getting amplified. This is why Bruce Lee slept with mirrors under his bed facing upwards, and then it's coming back and it's hitting the person. So this can be really, really intense under tension. It's almost like working out in the gym. Like, when you first put the mirror there, it might feel fine. And definitely don't have at the end of the hallway a mirror that you got at a secondhand shop. I honestly think you should make your own mirror, to be honest with you, as crazy as that sounds. Like, all you need is matte gray spray paint on a piece of glass, and you can like open the back of a mirror like a picture frame and put in a new mirror slate. I know it's easier said than done, but maybe even buying a new mirror. I'm just not a big fan of buying mirrors at a thrift shop or whatnot. And I know sometimes you're like, well, it was such a good deal, but it's like, cover that stuff up. If you're in a hotel, the reason why one hotel you might sleep much better than the other is because some hotels have mirrors facing the bed. And it's just like, I mean, how many people have gone through that hotel? And we're keeping it G-rated today, but there's a lot of energy that's in that mirror. So even if you got to get the hangers and just put some of your shirts or your clothes in front of that mirror as you sleep, you don't have to leave it like that the whole time, but it's definitely beneficial to, you'll sleep better. Just try it. Next time, if you're doing 2 days in a hotel and there's a mirror, leave the mirror uncovered and then cover it the next day, and get back to your brother, let him know. So, what about mirrors in the bedroom? I personally, not the biggest fan, but if you're going to have a mirror in the bedroom, I don't like them facing the side of the bed or the front of the bed. Feng Shui for the bed. Excellent question. The worst thing that you can do is have no headboard on your bed and have your bed in front of a window. Okay. So if there was a window right here, so pretend I'm laying down. I know I sleep like a vampire. Okay. So I'm laying like this. Here's my pillow. Here's a window. No headboard. Oh my God. That will kill a person. Like, that will actually kill a person. If you're like, oh, that's how my house is set up. Things probably aren't great right now. Like, things were better before. Like, let's just be honest. Like, look at your life and look at your life when your bed wasn't set up like that. Really, really bad. Second worst position is having your feet pointed out the window. If there's always things you can do. I'm not the biggest fan of things like dream catchers and stuff like that. I love dream catchers. I don't like what to do with them after they've caught the dreams. Okay. But this is something, if you're in one of these positions where you're like, Alexander, that's the only place I can have my bed. If it's head going towards the window, get a headboard. That, I don't care if that's secondhand, you get it from a thrift shop, you get it from wherever. Move the bed first. Head pointed north, lucid dreams. Head pointed south, more restful sleep. West and east is whatever. But just to let you know about that as well. So move. Please don't have your head pointed towards the window, and then definitely don't have your feet. That's actually called the skeleton position. The reason why we're not supposed to have our head, according to the Feng Shui master, pointed out the window is if the person happens to pass during the night, their soul just goes boom out the window. So there wouldn't be this whole moment of like the soul boom hits the wall and like the person like realizes they're not in their body anymore. So for those of you that are doing lucid dreaming and astral travel and out of body experiences, the window is going to make a difference. So get rid of that situation. Okay. Feng Shui. Anybody get rid of all your crap? Like, just like, what are you doing? Throw away your stuff. You'll feel better without it. If there's clothes in your house and it's wintertime or summertime for you right now, and last summer or last winter you didn't wear those things, and now you see that you haven't worn them yet this summer or this winter, what are you doing? Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Like, it's like, what is the point? Like, maybe have like one winter outfit and one summer outfit for like, what if I have to go in the yard, Alexander? What if I'm painting? Like, what if I'm gonna go? Okay, maybe, but like, how much stuff is there? And anything that has a flashing clock on it has got to go. Like, if you've got like an old microwave or an old VCR or DVD player or anything like that, he said VCR, he's showing his age. Not really. Haha. Anyways. Anything that's flashing 12, if you plug it in, if you haven't used that in 2 years, you're not going to use it. It's not worth anything. Like, what are you going to chop down the VCR and melt it down for copper to make 15 cents? Like, what are we talking about here? Get rid of that old stuff if you haven't used it. If you're using it, then great. Continue using it. But if you have something that's like, this is my spare microwave, like, first of all, why do you have a first or a second microwave? Those are bread boxes. We shouldn't be using microwaves. But you guys catch my drift. If you have anything in your basement, in your attic, in your closet, wherever, and it has a flashing clock on it, and you haven't used it in a year, okay. If you haven't used it in 2 years, if you haven't used it in 3 years, it's starting to become chaotic. If you haven't used it in 5 years, it's really bad. It's like the energy actually starts to get bad. And when we free up this stuff, when we move this, when we get rid of this, it makes an improvement. Or at least take it out, dust it off, put it in a Rubbermaid container. Like, you can't just let things sit in the basement or sit here and sit there and just collect dust. It really makes stagnant energy. When I went to go visit my family, when the whole situation was happening, I don't like to talk about it. The Crown of Thorns was happening for the planet in 2020. I went to go visit my family on the East Coast for a couple months. I don't know why this is making me shaman burp. Give me a second. I went to go visit my family, and I was leaving a lot of my stuff there. And I was like, oh, what about my this? What about my that? What about my this? What about my that? And when I hit the border of Connecticut from Rhode Island, I was like there was this like frantic, like, oh, what about my stuff? What about my stuff? Then all of a sudden I hit the border, and I was like, holy crap. I never felt so good knowing that everything that I needed was in my like little 2-door Jeep. I felt free. I felt so free knowing that everything that I really needed, like, that was like pricey if I had to replace it, and I still didn't need, but I desired it and it would help me live my life, was able to fit in my car as I went to point A to point B. Oh my God. Nobody can explain that feeling to you. And it's something that I didn't want. It was something that just happened to me. So if you guys haven't started like cleaning up your houses and getting rid of old stuff, and you're just carrying around old stuff, get rat of it. Like, just get rid of it. Especially if you're doing this thing where you take it out and you're staring at it. Because I see you. I used to be more of a pack rat. I'll say that. And I still have tendencies, but like, if you take it out and you're staring at it, you're like, oh, do I need this? Do I need this? Like I said, that's why I told you that whole, did you wear it last winter? Did you wear it last summer? Get rid of it if the answer is no. Okay. Anything else for Feng Shui? Crystals under the bed? Nothing else. I know some people store stuff under the bed so bad. I guess books could be under there, like spiritual books, like good books that you want to read in your sleep, like intuitively, which is very real. Books are probably better next to the bed or in one of the drawers next to it, not under it, but you could put spiritual books under the bed, but really just gemstones. Like, you want that clear. You can put your orgone under there. You can put your crystals under there, but to those of you that if you look under your bed, it's like a disaster of clothes and purses and old shoes and stuff, like that's more of a recipe for somebody to feel ill than it is a recipe for somebody to feel strong and thriving. Just being real with you. I am just teaching you the Feng Shui that I was taught. because it works. So yeah, no dead plants whatsoever. Dead plants are really bad, especially if you have a home run business or if they're at your work. And if you own the business, oh my God, get rid of it. You should even tell people, even at risk of sounding crazy. Like if you see a business and there's like 2 or 3 dead plants outside the front door, or think back. Some of you think back and write in the comments, like think back to that business that you saw go out of business and they had dead plants in front of the door or next to the door or in the building. It's inevitable. I don't care how powerful your magic is. If you have a home run business and you have a bunch of dead plants around, or a business at a strip mall or a shop or wherever, it's really, really terrible feng shui. Like really, really. See, I just did my own thing. I just said bad feng shui. It's bagua. It's bad energy. So, let me check. I'm gonna go on my phone. This is either gonna say 2,700, which I doubt it does because we only have 19 people here. I'll do one little reading if that's the case. What do we got? Can I even look at my account while I'm on my account? No, 2690. Nope. I'll do a bunny reading for the family as a gift for the season. Oh yeah, this is usually the patron. The patrons are the only ones who see the funky nighttime readings. Galactic Tarot on Patreon. I'll do a bunny reading. What am I dropping cards on? Let me see. Hold on. Is that my Christian rock? I listen to Christian rock now. You just wake up one day, you listen to Christian rock. Okay, hold on. What do I drop cards on? Messages for the Lunar New Year. Okay. This very, very powerful Leo full moon we're about to have. Oof. Oof. Oh, it's a Leo new moon. So it's Leo new moon today. And then the full moon's on February 5th, I believe. Let's do this. Let's go. Messages for the Lunar New Year. One. One more. There we go. There we go. Knight of Wands, my boy. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, it is so our year. I love this. I love this so much. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, here we go. So the Knight of Wands. Oh, look at that clarity on that camera. Would you like that? Would you like that? I like that. Okay, so the Knight of Wands. Okay. So this is the Paladin. This is the Light Warrior. This is the person that charges into battle, but with a magic wand. So this is the one that can not only have ease and grace on the battlefield of life, but also can heal everybody with them and is in complete control. What is the spiritual card that's with it? Oh my God, it's the Star. Okay, so it's a little hard to see with this, with my potty lights, but it's the Star. So this is the spirit guide, the other dimensional version. Some people still say higher selves. I haven't for over a year now, but to each their own. If you still say that terminology, this could be considered a higher self. So that just alone is super powerful. This literally says us as the paladins in the past, getting guidance from our guides, getting guidance from our other dimensional versions, getting guidance from spirit. What does it say about the present moment? What does it say about going into 2023 fully? Okay. The Emperor card. Okay. So this is that old school energy. All right. This is that energy that Alexander likes to call the powers that were. So the powers that were coming up in the physical. And then in the energetic, oh my God, the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands shows can show back pain, but it shows very difficult work. So the cards are saying right now, what I've been like manifesting and co-creating with you all for years. We are the powers that be now, my family. These energies that seem to still be here, as we see Alexander's at 21 views, and this is besides the point. You guys know who the real deal is. These old forces are working very hard to try and control that which is uncontrollable. You, me, and all of us. These powers that are working very, very diligently to hide the next false flag BS agenda. What comes after this? Okay, what comes in the next present moment? Oh, this is so good. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about how good this is for a second? All right. The Ace of Swords, okay? The truth shall set you free, okay? So the truth comes out. So I don't know if this is some WikiLeaks type whistleblower. I don't know what's happening this year. Actually, I do know what's happening this year. We're going to see sometime in 2023, sometime in this year, probably earlier on in the year, these people that have been doing naughty things are going to be caught. And I know they're going to be caught because I'm seeing a lot of this, like people have the whistle blown on them that whether or not they're innocent, a lot of the people that are having this, like, they're doing this, oh, this thing happened, oh, they did this to a woman, blah, 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 over here, over there. It's almost like some of the people that are being accused, and I'm not saying everybody that's being accused right now is innocent, in no way, shape, or form. Some of the people that are being accused seem to be innocent, and it's almost like the powers that were are using this, like they're accusing these people because they know this is about to happen. Like when I tune in on these frequencies, like I won't say who it was, but somebody that's very well known was like, I was looking at them and they were like, this was their face. Like they were like, I'm doing the best I can to impersonate their face. They're like, well, we didn't think we'd get away with this long. We really didn't. Like we thought you guys would like stand up or do something. Like it's gotten completely ridiculous. Like not even the powers that were thought that this would be allowed to this point. It's just, I don't even know. It's beyond ridiculous. So let's keep going. All right. So in the future, the truth comes out. The truth shall set you free. But remembering, the one is in the all, to look at it with innocence, to truly, what Alexander has to do with all of his Leo passion combined with Italian blood, it's a lot. All right. It was a lot to get to this point. Let's just be real. I always like have to take a moment to look at these energies that people are so scared of. There's the demons, the reptile Alexander. There's the archons Alexander. Yeah, well, they stay very far away from you, brother. So have them stay very far away from you. Remember that. But anyways, do unto others as we want done unto ourselves. So to just go back to that point that I was making. So in the physical, the truth comes out. So the physical literally says the paladins, the powers that were, the truth. And then in the spiritual, it says your guides, your other dimensional versions are letting you know how hard they've been working to not accept the fate that is coming to them. So this is very, very exciting because with this whole do unto others as we want done unto ourselves, with this, looking at this energy with innocence that spirit wants us to know about in our entire waking life, not just in this situation with these beings. I hear some spiritual people be like, oh, let's ship them to Mars. Oh, let's put them in Guantanamo Bay. None of that matters. They're going to punish themselves worse when they have to accept what they've done upon their soul. There's no level of punishment that we can create to have these weird pedos, whatever stuff. And it's beyond disgrace. They're crimes against humanity, crimes against nature. And it's not our job to be the judge, jury, or executioner. And what, for me, has made it easier to find breath in that which has made me feel tense on certain nights. Anyways, what helps me when I'm feeling tense with this is to, if they weren't doing what they were doing, would I have ever woken up? Like if life was just set up so these people weren't doing these naughty things that I could see. I could always read somebody's eyes. I was like, something about this person. I don't like them. When I was younger, I don't like them. And then I'd see like, I knew it. I was right. And I would always say like, oh, I read their eyes. It's called intuition, my family. Okay. If you ever say I read their eyes, I could feel it. I had a feeling in my gut. Those are all intuition. Okay. Let's stop disenchanting that. But if they didn't do what they did, would you be watching a video like this? Would you have had an excuse to wake up? If things were good enough and not messed up enough to make you have to meditate, to have you go to a gemstone store to buy crystals, like why were we first there in the first place? Like what led us to these places was the dark night of the soul, that trauma, that cheating, that loss, that death, that whatever it was, some sort of difficulty is what got 99.99999% of the people in spirituality and 100% of you here. I highly doubt we're at that point yet where this whole like mom was spiritual, dad was spiritual, they brought me up this way, Alexander. You're a diamond in the rough if that's the case. If you're just like mom was spiritual, dad was spiritual, I actually just always had a great life. Congratulations. I love you so much. That is like an excellent situation to have. I don't know anybody like that. I find a lot of people that I have the opportunity to shake them. And I have the opportunity to let them know what I know. I have the opportunity to just remind you all what you already know. And that is the truth and what you know and what's about to happen and what's coming and what's here right now. So, message from other dimensional versions. There might be some more drama. There might be something else weird. You guys have seen this. Like people say, oh, the sun's going to have a giant solar flare. There's not going to be an electrical grid. And then all of a sudden, those people stop saying that. A volcano is going to block out the sunlight, Alexander. No. Why do you have that? Like, seriously, if you're one of those people that like thinks the planet's going to run out of water or something, I love you, first of all. But why do you have, like, seriously, like, just please leave this video. Don't get triggered with me. You can get triggered with me. It's fine. I'm the one that's ruffling your feathers. Why do you have that little faith in spirit? You have that little faith in the reality. You have that little faith in God, the original creator of your soul, the universe, whatever your vernacular is. Because I imagine if you're watching this type of content, you're not an atheist. Why do you have that little faith that you think that's even possible? Seriously. Just want to throw that out there. So what the cards are letting me know, what spirit's letting me know is there might be like another hurrah or you're going to stay in your house. There's a booger monster or something. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's each thing is exposing the last thing, and the truth is coming out this year. That's what I see. And the truth has been coming out. Like the truth has been coming out more and more. So, so much more to come. Let me go check the subscriber count. If it says 2,700, I'll do some free readings. Let's go check. Let's go take a gander. If not, I will see you out you. Let's do it. Let's do it. He's doing free readings. Share it out, my family. We're doing free readings with bunny cards. I'll do this. It's almost midnight. We're going to do this. You got to bribe them. You got to bribe them to hit the subscribe button. I was looking, 17% of the people that watch these videos are unsubscribed. Why? Why are you doing this to me? You know I love you. You know I love you. All right. Go share it out. Share it out on Instagram. Get the little copy. Hit the share. Pop it out. Come back. Let me know when you shared this out on your feeds. Share it out in your groups. And then we'll see the people come in. We'll do some free readings. I want to write down some names. Eileen, where you been, girl? How you doing? See, this is how I know. See, so two people have left to go share it out. Veronique already shared. Veronique, you got a bracelet. Do you get a read? I'll give you we're putting V. We're putting V on the reading. You're number one on the list. V. All right. Josie, you've been subscribed. Let's be real. Did you share it on Facebook or something? Did you say that the brothers at it again? Katie, you don't have to share it. Katie's wearing a crystal current bracelet in a Google Pixel commercial. Oh my God. It's like, I know it's not a crystal current commercial, but I mean, millions of people are going to see my bracelet. Are you excited? I'm excited. I don't know. Somebody tell my mom. Yeah, we're Katie. We'll put you down here. We're just Kate. Just always remember that only I can call her Katie. All right, number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, who's next? 4 power. I don't know who you are. Can I get a real name? 4 power. What about the 3 other powers? 4 power. What about the power of metal, wood, and ether? Kate is the real deal. Are we going to start off right there? Dip. Okay. All right, we're doing readings. We're doing midnight readings. What do you do in your Friday night, Alexander? Well, serving this Groot in the bush is it's my life. I'm just kidding. No, I love life. Yeah, I'm gonna do these 4, and then I'm gonna do more. I see you, Mary. I see you, Stacy. Okay, so 3 cards for V, Josie, 4 power. I can get a more accurate reading for you, 4 power, if you tell me what your name is. Left me in your mind, Quaid. Hey, jealousy. Oh, Kelly. Oh, God. I'll be back. It's a good one when I drop, though. The rainbow light. So those people that don't see this is because they're out drinking, you know? You messed up. Should have stayed home. Kelly. So Kelly is 4 power. Okay. Veronique. Page of Cups. 8 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups. Inner child, spiritual inner child, 8 of Pentacles, what you're doing for work and celebrating. There's been something that you've wanted to do, V. There's been something that you've wanted to do since you were a little kid, and you're still not doing that thing. You think about it sometimes. I don't know what it is. I don't know if somebody told you it was ridiculous. I just want to let you know. This right here, my art, all right? Not a plug. Oh yeah, look at that. How it's on steel wire now. Is that like this is all that's me. That's your boy. I was told numerous times that artists die poor. I was not allowed to do art. I wanted to go to Rhode Island School of Design, and I was told, no, you can't go to RISD because artists die poor. It looks like I thrive every day. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this to remind your soul, V, that there's something that you've wanted to do since you were a kid. And that's what your inner child now wants you to do, has wanted you to do. And that's the fire that's burning that sometimes feels like an unquenchable thirst to celebrate. Just start doing it. Start doing it part-time. And then it might just become the only thing that you do. And you'll see that the universe applauds you for doing the thing that you really want to do. Yeah. Okay, Josie. Josie, your reading made me burp. Starts off good. The Temperance card. You're a high angelic. And then it goes to the Devil card. Who's that, Josie? 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 Stop fraternizing with the help, Josie. Can they hear me? Are they there now, Josie? Shh. Not that. No, not that Josie. Not the Josie that's watching this. There's another one that I'm talking about. Got the feed. Got the feed, Josie. And there's that hard work card again. They're going to change, Alexander. Josie? Do I say no, they're not out loud, or do I bury it down? All right. Moving on. Sorry. It's not funny. Don't laugh at her dismay. I'm not laughing at your dismay, Josie. It's just they're not going to change. Let's just be real. Okay. Whoever that is isn't going to change. I feel like they might be there, though. Are they there? You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. If you need more serious help, I can do an actual session with you that isn't being watched by thousands of people. Okay, who are you? Katie. Okay. The Five of Wands. Okay, the Five of Wands shows people playfully fighting. So this shows me that you've been in a playful fight and you're exhausted. Okay, there's honestly, you're sleeping more than you normally sleep. And like this is coming up in the cards, and I know that you've told me this before, but you're exhausted, sister. You need rest. You need rest. You need to put yourself first. You to charge into battle, to do that which it is that you need to get done. You need to detach from this. Like this is what I'm seeing more and more every day. Like I can't get overly involved in other people's stuff. Josie, you just haven't said anything. Do you like hate me? She's like going to unsubscribe right now. Josie, are you still there? Josie. You know I love you, right? It's not easy to say some of this stuff. So I say it as if I'm joking. It's not funny. But either way, we're going to keep having a good time here. It's what we do on this channel. It's not your thing to be involved in, Katie. Just that's what the cards say. The cards say you're exhausted. The cards say no amount of sleep is helping you catch up with this exhaustion because it's not even your exhaustion. And then was it Kelly? Kelly. Okay. What is Kelly manifesting? When Kelly was happiest, crying over spilled milk, manifesting. What is the crying over spilled milk? Maybe if I smell these cedar beads, that won't freak anyone out at home. Okay. All the elements are on the table. Yeah. It's about the routine. This is what I've been getting. You're the only one who's responsible, Kelly. You're the only one who's responsible for your day not being as awesome as it could be. My routine is getting extremely long. I woke up, it was freezing cold outside. I go outside, I feed the birds. Either way, I'm in the cold water, doing the cold shower, or literally just went in a 35-degree tub 2 days ago with my brother Brandon. Not at the same time. We went in separately, but like, come on, get your minds out of the gutter. I know it's late at night, but my routine's very long. I gotta meditate a half hour a day. The gym, the work. They got me doing these daily card readings with the shorts now. I'm not complaining. I'm ready for more. I'm telling Spirit, what do you need me to do? Like I'm not even boots on the ground. I'm the whole body. Like put me to work. What do you need me to do? A lot of times we come up with excuses. We say, oh, I got the kids. I got this. I got an hour ride to work. I got X, Y, Z. You get up earlier then. You go to bed earlier. You stay up later. We need to have a stronger routine. And Spirit is reminding you through me, Kelly, that you know the elements. You know when you were happiest, what you were doing, what smoothie you were having, how your diet was, what juice you were drinking, what supplements you were on, how you were meditating, when you were meditating. If you're going to have an excuse that says, I don't have time for that, I got this or that, or life changed, Alexander, then so be it. Kids go to bed. You can wake up earlier. There's always time. Get it done. You're not sure who we are speaking of. I'll give you a little tip, Josie. When you're at your happiest and when you're at your best, this is the person that gets triggered by that energy. They get triggered by that energy and they say, how dare you come around with that inner child energy, with that good energy, with that excellent energy. And also just pay attention to who you're waiting for them to change. Okay, sister? Yeah, sometimes the cards are a little cryptic when there's thousands of people that are going to see your personal reading. Yeah, hit the like button. Thank you, Veronique. How was that, Kelly? I don't want to get to work. Too bad. All of you get to work. All of you listen to Kelly's reading and get to work. Okay. Swab the deck. Who else shared it? Who wants a free reading? So if you want a free reading, share it out. Share it on Instagram. Grab the little link. Drop that on Facebook. Drop it in your groups. And then let me know that you've done that. I'm going to do, I don't know. It's almost midnight. We'll see. I'll do it. I'll do some more. I'll do some more readings. Your feed cut off on the second card? Josie, wow. The second card was the devil card. Like, so somebody really wants to avoid you getting this information. That's gnarly. Like, that's, the devil card is not representing an energetic thing. Like, it's a physical person. It's somebody that you're waiting for them to change, and they, every time you're about to like, oh, I can't do this anymore, you're about to give up on it, or you're like, they're never going to change, they pretend to change just enough to keep you thinking they're going to change. They're never going to change completely, sister. Catherine. I don't know why I'm singing that like Metallica right now. Carrie Lynn, it goes without saying. Carrie Lynn for the win. All right, I gotta bleep out my swears now. My inner child was quite ambitious when I was little, Alexander. Veronique, what is the thing that you wanted to do then? Okay. Catherine. CC. How do you share this on Instagram? I think you just drop a link. So you hit, there should be a share button on the bottom, like where it says like, that you all already hit, right? And then there's a button that has like an arrow. You hit share and then you copy that link and then you just drop it on Instagram. Of course, Kelly, you're welcome. Thanks, Q. It won't let me put your, there we go. I have to really hit the button. It wouldn't let me hit your comments. I've been trying to put them up on the screen. Catherine. The original gangster. The original gangster. I got 2 names down. Nobody wants free readings. All you have to do is share. If you don't have anyone to share with, you could always just hit the little thanks button too. Send me $1. I don't know. Do something. Do something with yourself. He's sitting here at midnight. I love y'all, but you don't have to do anything. I like doing them for free. Actually, don't even do that. You don't have to do that. But as of right now, though, everybody that sent me thanks, like there's this funny situation where like YouTube is just like, I don't know. They're like, I think they're putting my money that you guys sent me into like orange juice on the stock market or something, because they're telling me it has to get to a high enough amount for me to get it out. So the money that people have sent me by hitting the thanks button is trapped in the system until enough money comes in. Honestly, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, because like people have like been like, here's 20, here's 10, here's $5. I've gotten nothing from it because they tell me I have to get enough money in first to get any of it out. Is this why I'm still up on the East Coast? Mystic Mama. Stacy shared it. Stacy, I'm so sorry. You're right. I knew it. Oh wait, what about Mary? Is Mary still here? Oh, I see Melody. Melody, I'll get to you next, Mary, if you're still here. Melody sent a super sticker. She's like, can we get the money out of the system for Alexander? No, I didn't even know I had that button. One day, somebody said to me, that just said it in there. It said super thanks or whatever. I don't know what they did, and I was like, wait, what? I didn't even know this whole time I could. But yeah, who knows? We'll see. All right, so I got the 4 names: Carrie Lynn, Cece, Stacy, and Melody. Let's go. Are there any dudes? Are the dudes asleep? Dudes are out funneling whiskey. Dudes. Jim. Alex. Michael. What are you doing? I have my 3rd eye on you. That's great. Let's go. Bo's sleeping. Jen! It's 2 a.m. You're on YouTube. I love it. I should do this when there's solar flares. I should just go. That should be when I do free readings. Oh. 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 Oh, he keeps dropping cards. That's 2 thus far, shooter. Oh, you can count. And you can count. Me waiting for you in the parking lot. We're doing rabbit cards for the Rabbit Lunar New Year. My bunnies. There we go. I thought Jim was your twin flame. Veronique, go back to bed. She's like, but it's 7:30 in the morning. Go back to bed. All right, Carrie Lynn, CC. Oh. Carrie Lynn. Oof. I like it. Okay. Spirit wants you to know some things, Carrie Lynn. All right. King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the 5 of Wands. The Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Do you have a son, Carrie Lynn? It might not have happened yet. It looks like there's some argument going on between dad and child. This is actually a little confusing, Carrie Lynn. because it hasn't happened yet. It happens in the future, it looks like. Do you have a son? You have four boys. Is one of them already fighting with hubby or the dad? It looks like there's a powerful fire, older energy, and because it goes King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Let me show it to you. You'll know what to do with this, Carrie Lynn. So this is first in the past. There's dad, and then there's Knight of Cups, and then there's a card that can represent fighting. 4, not really. You're going to have to just pay attention. I don't know. This is one of the more cryptic readings I've gotten because it's a person, and then it talks about a situation. So it's not a bad fight. Like when I said this to Katie earlier, like the 5 of Wands is like, it's like more of an argument with words. It's more of like going back and forth. But just when this comes up, because Spirit's obviously letting you know to prepare for this, it's a son-in-law. Oh, okay. All right. So then they could be, if it's a son-in-law, then it could be them triggered with your energy due to this Leo, this lunar time. Interesting. If it's a son-in-law, okay. Because this is a masculine energy that's coming up with this Knight of Cups. It feels very masculine, but it feels younger. And then this energy feels more empowered and older, but like governing a stronger essence. When I see a king next to a knight, that's what it usually represents. It's very rare we see the knight represent younger, unless if the person's really like emotionally immature. So you're being warned about some sort of argument or something that Spirit doesn't want it to affect you. So what do I always say with this? When this stuff breaks out, when this stuff happens, back to the right, back to the left, back to the right, back to the left. You don't have to do this so obviously that anybody knows you're doing this, and this goes for everybody watching this. When you go back and back and back and back and back, and you don't even have to look like you're swaying, like I'm doing it now. If you can even tell that I'm doing it, no one's ever going to tell you like, hey, are you moving right now? Are you moving? But when the energy's coming in that affects us, things that can give us anxiety, things that can break down our posture, they're usually hitting a chakra point. So if you keep the body moving, you're always avoiding where something's going to hit. To just explain that to everybody, because I'm sure Carrie Lynn's heard that probably like 100 times now. Just be on the lookout, sister. Sorry I couldn't give you a more descriptive what the heck is going on right now. Cece, a release in the past. Good job. Now new things are coming up, and you're completing them quickly. Cece, so good. So you had a big release in the past, like a big healing, a big emotional release. It looks like you had like a good cry, if you will. Something released, and you know it released, and it felt good to have this release. And then new things started. You saw that like things weren't going the same way, and they're completing very quickly. So the way things were, Cece, I see Cece. Say that 7 times fast. I see, Cece, that things were repeating themselves, and then you got out of that by releasing it. And then when new things are coming up, now you're like, okay, what else? Like you're going through it much quicker because of this emotional release, because this other thing you did was much more difficult. So now you're having ease and grace with when these challenges come up, seeing the plan of action on how to achieve the best course to get through them. So good job, sister. Good job. More of that for the world. Okay. Copy paste. Stacy. You can't sleep. You think you're here watching this video in the middle of the night. Okay. Sorry. She can't sleep. It's not funny, Alexander. All right. There's things on the mind. Okay. So what is this saying? You're gonna wish I gave you more information. Okay. Your guides know what to tell you. Your guides are telling you what to do, Stacy, is what they're wanting me to remind you, okay? You're having this, like, what do I do? Like, you feel stuck. You're not stuck. You can go around the wall in this card, okay? Can't sleep. It bothers you more at night. The heart starts to race. You're thinking about whatever this is. Spirit is giving you signs. Spirit is telling you what to do. Spirit is there to help you. Your other dimensional versions, your guides, your crossed over loved ones, they've been there. They're wanting me to tell you that they're there now. This card had to show up in the now. Please just feel and know the first, and when you ask the answer, clear the field, sage the house, set sacred space, create temple space, sage, light the incense, tune in, tell your guides, tell your crossed over loved ones, tell the people that are important to you, hey, I'm going to be doing this at this time. I'm going to be tuning in at this time. The first answer you get is the right one. Do not keep asking the same questions. The waters get muddy. I'm not able to help you with what's going on. Your team is with you and wants you to be able to receive the messages that you receive every day. You need to be able to trust the messages that you're getting, my sister. And that goes for a lot of you watching this. Melody. Melody. Oof. 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 Okay. What does Spirit want? Melodies now. Magick. Who are you? Magick. Double wands. I love it. Okay. Who are you? Who are you? I don't know if I like you, King of Swords. Okay. Oh, yeah. And then that song comes on? Oh, Melody. I just want to, like, I don't know who that is. Somebody's trying to disenchant your magic. I'll say that. Okay. In the past, you've got this big, gigantic magic wand. Okay. In the present, it comes up with the King of Swords. Okay. This is a pretty serious person. Like, this represents ex-military, somebody older than us, a lawyer, a doctor, somebody that has a sharp tongue. Okay. And then it shows you having all the elements on the table in the future. Reminder, you have this big, gigantic magic wand. You have all the elements on the table now. I would say that whoever this person is that's in your life, that their energy feels just the Diet Coke of narcissistic. Just know that they've been in your life to show you how strong you are. Be grateful for them. But you also need to ask yourself, why am I allowing this to affect me? Because we don't need to allow this energy to affect us anymore. I'm being asked more and more every day to call this stuff out, to see this stuff and to stand in my power, to be in my power and just my integrity. It's all about our integrity. Our integrity has magnetic forces that when those magnetic forces are activated, we're unstoppable, everybody. So, she says, ha, 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 damn, I'm pretty sure I know who this is. I'm popping you up on the screen, sister. Just why? Like, why? You know who that is. So that's good. So what do we do next? Like, are you waiting for them to change? I mean, that seems like, I don't know, somebody that doesn't really, when you come up with that card, you're not really willing to change. And you have all those elements on the table. I don't need to tell you any of this. You're a very magical being to get that alignment of cards, to get this, like, no offense, it's like you've got a poo-poo sandwich. Like, there's a little bit of poo-poo in the middle, and then you've got magic on each side. You're the magic on each side of this doo-doo in the middle, okay? So what is it that you're waiting for? What's the change that you're waiting for? Have that talk or don't have that talk. See that person quickly or don't see that person, or go, come, go. I don't know what the situation is. You know best, but sometimes we agree to put up with things that we don't have to agree with. Let's do another round, and then it's past midnight. Maybe Alexander goes letting go. She says letting go. Okay. I know how that goes. Catherine. Catherine sent me $1. Jen sent me $5. Jen, love you. I think somebody else sent something too. Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's so many things. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. You would love one, Catherine. You can just calls me regularly and just like give me a reading. She never says that. Oh, gee. First on the list, Mary. Are you still here? Did you leave? I'll do the reading. You gotta tell me you're still here, though, Mary. I'm not just gonna do it for a ghost. Woo! I sent you a black cat. See, this is why everybody used to worry about you, Catherine. Not me, though. This is why I keep you around. This is why. Mary's here. Mary. Okay. Anyone else? Anybody else? Free reading? Have your stuff aired out right on the internet for all to see? Forever and ever. Just kidding. 12/12 in New Mexico. Love you too, sister. Love you all. Thank you all for being here. To those of you in New Zealand and Australia, get ready to go clear out the old energy from last year. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the beginning of the video. It wasn't just $1. It was a black cat. Oh, I get it. Black cats are good luck. Yeah, Carrie Lynn, your message was super cryptic. Did anybody share it? Sherry, absolutely. Anyone else? Carrie Lynn's like, do I get another one? Mine was cryptic. No, you don't. Spirit knows you know better. They're testing you. Change the record. They're always testing us, aren't they, Carrie Lynn? Anyone else? One more? Free reading? I'll just do these 3. The second I start shuffling, someone's going to say, what about me? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jen. Got it. And we're done. If you didn't get a free reading and you're seeing this is why we subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. So, sometimes it aligns with you. And Alexander gives you free readings. Because that's what he does here on the channel, and he loves it, and he loves you. All right, so Catherine, Mary, Sherry, and Jen, where are all the dudes? They're all sleeping. They were partying. Friday night dudes. You're understanding it now, Carrie Lynn. Good. All right. Thank God. That happens a lot with readings. We're like, what are they talking about? Oh, I don't know anybody with that or with that name with it. And then later on, we're like, oh my God, how could I forget? Catherine, Mary, Sherry. Lunar is feminine. That's true. Well, I'm glad to be here with you all. Catherine, Mary. The dudes are all sleeping because those solar flares beat them up. God, I've been sleeping like crazy lately. In my hot air balloon. He says I'm gonna fly to the moon in my hot air balloon just after you just said lunar. Is that good? One more. Okay. Catherine. I just saw the Fool card pop out, a new beginning. As an adorable little bunny about to step off a cliff. These cards are great. When are we going to do these cards now if I'm not doing love readings? I just realized that. We'll use these cards again in 12 years, everybody. We'll use them every bunny New Year. All right, Catherine. You're heading towards victory, but you can't make up your mind what to do, which creates chaos. All right. So we'll just say that same thing I just said a little bit slower. So you've been heading towards victory. You are victorious. This is in the past. there's some sort of decision that you have to make. What do I do? Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go up? Do I go down? And then it shows in the future anything being possible. All these things coming up. Oddities at the market. Things getting in the way. I stubbed my toe, Alexander. Before that and better. Knock on wood so you don't stub your toe. Just because you're making a decision doesn't mean that this needs to happen, number one. Number two, just make the decision. It hasn't gotten stagnant. It's not the stagnant decision, but you know what to do. Like, you have that epic intuition. So what is the big, I don't know what to do rigmarole that I'm seeing here? Like, just do it. There you go. And you're done. Not as cryptic as Carrie Lynn's, but I love how, like, with you two in the group, like, spirits just like figure it out. Mary, let's see if we can actually give you a reading. Oh my God, what an awesome card. All right. And it's easy to make that decision and know the decision is no, Catherine, if there are weird people involved. All right. Mary's got that epic intuition. She's had that epic intuition. Ooh, and then we get the Lover's card. All right. We see a soulmate come up. And then we see the Knight of Cups. This looks like such a happy reading. But Alexander's no spring chicken. I don't know if it's you have a daughter and you don't like the boyfriend or the husband. See, these are the weirder readings. When I get epic, awesome cards, but something feels weird. Help me out here, Mary. Do you have a daughter that's dating or is married that something's odd? Something feels off? Mary. You also don't have to. I don't have children or significant other, just my cat. Okay. Well, we see the Queen of Cups, the intuitive, having the cup, having the biggest cup. We see the Lover's card, and then we see the Knight coming in. If you only have a cat, this represents some sort of younger man. Mary. Well, have faith of some sort of offering. This can represent a date. This can represent somebody asking you out, somebody showing up. Sometimes when we're least expecting something, that's when all of a sudden the cat can no longer sleep on the bed. If you're getting what I'm putting on here, just know that you're very epic and you deserve the best, and make sure that that person is the best. No kids. Well, they might be younger when I see a queen and a knight, or they might be immature. That's what I'll say. These nighttime readings, you guys are naughty at night. Okay. Mary's like, I'm just sitting here with my cats. Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands. Sherry, moving forward while looking backwards at the truth. The Seven of Wands. The high ground. Good. I like this. The truth has gotten you to the high ground. Excellent. Sherry, you're getting a reminder to stay in the present moment, okay? I've been telling people this a lot often. The areas of the brain that we sit in when we're in fear, when we're in the past, are in the back of the head. So Spirit wants you in the middle of the head or the front of the head, in the present moment or in the future, okay? So what you're doing, like, it looks like you're doing better at this, because the focusing on the past is in the past. And then you have the truth in the present. So something has been received, some sort of truth, some sort of something you've learned, something you've taught yourself, or Spirit has taught you, has you on the high ground in the future. Joanne, is it like 4 a.m? Or what are you doing awake? Joanne's here. I was talking about the preparations for the Lunar New Year, Joanne. I was just finishing up. I was doing some free readings. We have one more for Jen. Jen. It's 7 a.m. Joanne, get in the cold water and go splash some of it on Carrie's face. All righty. Jen, the counselor, release, Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God. 2 aces in a row, sister. You would, you powerful druid, you. This is you. You've been a counselor for a while. You need to release your old way of counseling and get paid for it. Jen, are you getting paid for what you do, Jen? Spirit is very, very clearly telling me that you're not being paid enough. So stop doing that. I don't know what it is that you're not being paid enough with, which is probably all the things. The way that you've been counseling people, the way that you've been helping people, that's being asked to shift. You're not being greedy to ask to receive, not a dime. Jen, you're a powerhouse. You are a freaking powerhouse. Like, you gotta release that. The release is in the present moment. So do not do this later. Do this right now. Let me help you, Jen. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. I don't know what sort of martyr spiritual, but I love them. Like, it was a journey for me to get to where I am, and I still know Spirit tells me, like, you're not charging enough for that. I mean, I can't even tell you how many of the bracelets on my site. I'm like, I can't mark that up by 3 times. It's barely even marked up by 2 times, even though business school tells you have to, at a bare minimum, mark things up by 3 times. I hear you. I get it. But this process that so many of the people that are involved in this work of helping themselves by helping others, of service to others and service to self and service to the planet and service to God, Goddess, Creator, original creator of our soul. If you're not getting anything, it's a journey to start. You getting what you're worth, and you have no conception. Nobody, the person here with the biggest ego right now has no idea, like, their true level of self-worth. None of us do. This is what all of humanity is going through, sister. You deserve way more than a little, though, and you're getting nothing. So I don't like that. So now, whenever I talk to you on the phone, I'm going to be on your butt about this. Isn't that great? You get a free reading, and now I'm going to bother you for a while until you do this thing. Isn't that great? Have you asked for money yet? I'll just keep telling you that, Jen. You have a huge heart. You do. You have a massive heart. You have a massive heart. How do you truly help others? By helping yourself. Oh God, this is a topic I've wanted to talk about a lot lately. So many people are in, I'm helping others. It's service to others. It's service to others. You can help more people when you're feeling compensated, when you're not being drained, when you're being compensated for what you're doing, and your words of wisdom. Jen, you're such an old soul. You're such a powerhouse. Like, you deserve. Please accept. Thank you for what you've done up until this point. But Spirit really wants you to shift that. It's anybody that's going to get triggered that you're no longer willing to help them for free is not a real friend. And they're incredibly vampiric. So it's time for a little spring cleaning, sister, because you deserve much more than you're capable of asking for right now. All right. I think that's good. It's 12:30. Go do some sleep. patrons, I'll see you tomorrow or Sunday. Probably tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Happy Lunar New Year, New Zealand and Australia, and let the tiger out and bring the bunny in. What we need is more cowbell, more bunny. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Gently caress that like button. I love you all. See you very soon.